Real quick before we hop into today's video, I need everyone to do me a huge favor. Like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Without the viewers like you to support us, we can't create content like this for you guys. So please and thank you ahead of time. We do everything we can to keep you informed and entertained during these tough times, but go ahead, like, and subscribe. When we're not doing gaming, we do all kinds of sports around the state of Oklahoma, and most importantly, we like to have a lot of fun. So thank you. Let's get into today's hijinks. What is up, everyone? I am Ryan Chapman, and I am one half of the Sideline Warning podcast, and I'm here for quite the journey with the USL on hiatus. We keep getting news that games are postponed another 2 weeks, training's postponed another 2 weeks, kicking things down the road. And I am going nuts. I need some soccer in my life. The Bundesliga might be coming back soon, but other than that, I need some local soccer in my life. So I thought to myself, what can I do? And it hit me. Football Manager is the place to do this. So I hope you join me on this journey as I will be playing through the USL 2020 season on Football Manager. And of course, as I cover the Oklahoma City Energy, I'm from Oklahoma City. Why not play as the hometown squad, team I cover day in and day out? I will be calling the shots for Oklahoma City Energy FC, but that doesn't mean you can't follow along and see if your team, if they're not the Greens, is climbing up in the USL standings. Of course, thankfully, we have some lovely people on the internet who have updated some rosters, added the entire U.S. soccer landscape into the Football Manager game. So though it did not launch with the Oklahoma City Energy, we have the complete roster up to date. We have the coaching staff up to date, all the bells and whistles, all the shebangs on that front. So here in a minute, I'm going to take you into the game, but real quick, can you do us a favor? Like and subscribe this video, subscribe to the channel. Your likes and subscriptions help keep us going. And not only that, helps us put more videos like this out there. So it takes 5 seconds. Great for you, great for us. We really appreciate it. But without further ado, we can hop on in to Football Manager. And for those of you that are new to Football Manager, I'll show you around a little bit. And for those of you who know what we're talking about, I can show you all of the cool stuff going on before we kick off this season. All right, for the uninitiated, welcome to the Football Manager homepage screen. And we're just going to hop on into this. So first off, here we have the lovely game-rendered me. This is not the most flattering depiction of me, but they use some Face ID to make my manager profile, and here we go. I've got some chubby cheeks and a 5 head, but we're rolling with it. We'll hop on into our game here. And like I said, this was a roster download that was on the workshop. I downloaded it basically, so I haven't edited any of the player attributes, anything like that. All it does is give us the updated Energy FC roster, and someone, I believe Uncle Sam is his name, whoever you are. Thank you, Uncle Sam. He went ahead and did all the scouting and all the player ratings and things. So we'll just kind of play with the hand we're dealt, and hopefully it is pretty accurate. But as you can see, we are here at the Oklahoma City Energy FC in the USL Championship West. The jerseys aren't super up to date, but only one jersey this year has been announced anyway. So let's go into the staff real quick, and we'll show you here. We've got me as the head coach. I replaced Coach Pascarella, obviously, so I could take over and manage. But don't worry, as well, first we'll do this. We have Lee Wiedman, the first assistant, as well as Alexi Vizarelis, the goalkeeper coach for the Energy. So like we said, we have the goalkeeper coach, we have the assistant, and I believe we've got over here, yes, Coach Pascarella did end up staying on as our technical director, so hopefully things aren't as awkward in the office as I took his job. But like I've been saying for weeks, at 0-1, Coach Pascarella does have the worst winning percentage in Energy FC history, so I guess it's time that I put up or shut up here and try to tackle him here. But that's the staff. We'll get into that as we go along. But basically, for those of you that don't know, Football Manager is not like FIFA, as in I don't take over the actual players and play the game. I am the manager. So I have the squad, I set the tactics, we train the tactics, and then the game is a simulation. It does have some play-by-play, like a simulation. You'll be able to see it looks like FIFA sort of with how the players play. But I am in charge of tactical changes, man management, things like that, hence the manager part of Football Manager. So if you're new, welcome aboard. This will be pretty fun. Let's go over to our squad screen here, and I can show you guys. See, just like we said, we have the Energy FC squad here. We all the way down to, we've got the full goalkeeper room. We've got some of the players that started off a little bit injured. We've got Cody Larendi here somewhere. We've got right here, we've got Joe Amico, who kind of started off with a little knock, as well as Kyle Hyland, and we've got the entire squad. So we'll see. These are kind of the ratings that were given to them. This is kind of this is as close as you get to an overall rating in Football Manager. It's not really a perfect overall rating, but for the sake of things, we'll do that. And then all these salaries and stuff, I have no idea who pitched them and who made those. So if any of the players are watching, again, I did not give you the ratings or your salary. Don't get mad at me. Call Uncle Sam. But we'll go in. We've got some tactics. Here's our tactics screen. We'll be pretty familiar with this. There are some different tactics. I haven't gone through and set all this stuff up yet, but I did pick out 2 or 3 tactics that were suggested to us based on the recommendation. This is a vertical tiki-taka, so basically keep possession, lots of passing, get forward, and see what happens. This is kind of what we saw in preseason. I don't know if the tiki-taka is exactly what you want to call it, but a lively press along with some passing, play, some control. Then these were the 2 ones suggested based on what squad we were inherited. A wing play style, as you have Omar Gordon, Cordell Cato, Jose Hernandez, and I believe, Hernandez is also someone that is slated as a winger in this game. So that could be something that we try if we just want to utilize one forward up top. Then we also have this counter-attacking, a direct counter-attack, sit back, win the ball, launch forward. So we will see on all that stuff. The schedule here, as you can see, we've got an interesting preseason schedule. We will be playing Tulsa in the preseason. So I will be using this preseason to kind of experiment, and we will be with you live for, looks like we play Real Monarchs back-to-back. Got some stuff going there. Austin, a local team. Looks like the first Black Gold Derby that's not a preseason game will happen at Taft Stadium here. So we will be sure to have you for that. Seeing as the sheer amount of games, I don't think I'll be playing every single game live, but I might play 3 or 4 and then do 1 or 2 off screen and things like that. So, but like I said, we've got all this stuff here. Here's our club vision. We want to work within the payroll budget. We can do that. Wow, they want us to reach the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. Should be fine. And really just top half finishes with some playoff push to go. So I think these are all manageable. But, it'll be a lot of fun dealing with all this stuff. So I hope you'll join us. As you can see, we have some catching up to do in the game. It is only January 27th. We sit in April, but I think we'll be catching up quickly. And before I jump into the preseason and kind of fiddle around with some stuff, we have a very special guest. It is the man that I replaced as the manager of Energy FC in the Football Manager save. He is retained as the technical director in our virtual world. Head coach John Pascarella is hopping on with me. All right, and we welcome the real-life head coach and technical director of Energy FC, Coach John Pascarella. Coach, thank you very much for joining us. So I have some good and bad news to present to you.
Okay. Do you have a preference as to which one you present first?
No, it's dealer's choice on this.
I'll go bad news first.
Okay, the bad news is you have been removed as the head coach of the club virtually in the Football Manager save. But good news is we did find a way to reach an agreement for you to stay on as technical director, which is a decision I'm very happy we were able to make.
So I've been kicked upstairs. I'm Bobby Robson making way for Louis van Gaal at Barcelona.
Exactly. It's exactly what's happening here.
Okay, got it.
And I just wanted to bring you along. First off, thank you for joining in on some of our fun. I hope that this will provide a nice distraction for people while real games aren't going on. But I thought we could, pick your brain and get some advice before we set out on this grand venture that is navigating the Western Conference in the USL.
Sure.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
So it looks like you've done me a real solid in assembling a squad that's very versatile, especially through the midfield. You've got wingers, you've got players that can play centrally, kick out wide. So I just you've had a lot of time with this squad. Do you have any advice on how to handle these guys? You know, at practice, before games, they respond to really fiery. Do I need to keep my cool? Like what's your feel on the team?
Well, they like to play. I can tell you that. So hopefully your idea of playing the game isn't one that's just counterattacking, sit deep and absorb pressure and play on the break, because it's not how we built the team. And I don't think that's their temperament, not as individuals and as a team. So I think you gotta put together some interesting sessions, that's for sure, for the guys to keep them thinking and playing, because it's a good squad. You've got some flexibility there, especially with the players in midfield, and you're a little bit thin numbers-wise in the back with where we are with the roster now. So you'll have to consider that as you're putting your group together. There's plenty of talent there, but it's just a little bit thin numbers-wise. So as the games come fast and thick, you'll have to give that some consideration if the physical component comes into play.
See, something you said there makes me a little bit nervous. I am a disciple of Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. This is how I grew up watching football, and I love to sit back and just frustrate the hell out of somebody and say, no. We're going to win with a nice smash and grab. So because we won't be able to do this, do you have any tips for me, a young manager getting his first job, maybe a little tinker with the system I'm not quite comfortable with yet?
Yeah, I think listen, at the end of the day, you have to play a system that you're comfortable with. So to be able to convince the players to do that, you're going to have to make them comfortable with you. So I think that's the most important thing. That doesn't mean you have to be buddy-buddy with them, but it means that you're going to have a relationship with them. You're going to have a dialogue with them. You're going to have to talk about the game and the things that happen in a game so that you and the players are on the same page. But I think if you do that, you'll get a lot out of this group.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Now, you talked about thin at the back. We've kind of gone through this preseason phase here, and we've had a center back go down. We have trouble at left back already. Do you know, just as the technical director, you have any suggestions on any guys, maybe your time you worked with at Minnesota, that we could bring in a pinch here to get us rolling to start the season?
You mean players on loan that we could bring in from MLS?
Yeah, players on loan maybe, or maybe another free agent out there you'd like us to snap up here that could help us back.
Well, I think an easy one could be going to and looking for loans with clubs, MLS clubs that don't have affiliate programs. You know, you take a team like Minnesota, who has a loose affiliation with Madison, but doesn't have their own USL team. If you look at Chicago, same thing. So there's clubs out there that don't have their own affiliates where you could get a guy, I think. So Minnesota dealt a player recently to Chicago, a center back. Wyatt Ohmsberg is his name. Young kid. I'm sure Chicago did it for depth, and he was really depth on the books for Minnesota as well. Didn't get a ton of games. He's a kid that maybe Chicago could look to unload and get some more minutes. So he could be an extra player that I would have certainly been comfortable with. But you as the new manager, you've got to be comfortable with him. But he's young, he's talented. He's played the last couple of years in MLS, and he's with a team that doesn't have a USL affiliate. So it could fill a void for both teams. Yeah,
that sounds good to me. I mean, like I said, as the technical director, I'm really going to lean on you to help, guide me through this. Do you have any other, parting advice for me? I'm familiar with the OKC fan base. I think that I'll be okay with the player relations side and the fan relations side with how to handle living in Oklahoma City. But, it comes down to winning.
Listen, there's a reason why they let me go. I am I believe, the losingest coach in USL history, 0-1. And so I'm not sure any of the advice that I would have to give to you is very valid. But the fact that I'm going to be your boss throughout the course of this season should make this interesting. So be calm, enjoy it, and let's see the process unfold.
Super excited to get going. Hopefully this will be a nice distraction for us and many others while we wait for the real life USL to catch up with us.
I certainly hope so, because if this mimics the real life USL, we're all in trouble.
Yes, we are, because things are going to get wild. I have to tell you, the viewers aren't going to see this until next episode, but I've been experimenting around with many different systems in the preseason. Great results all around, but we've got too many options. I have no idea what to do. So this should be a fun experience growing through it.
Good. I'm glad you feel like you have a lot of options and we've set a good team up for you. It's great to hear.
So anyway, I won't take up too much more of your time. I'm sure you have actual responsibilities with, the real club and all that stuff.
But since I'm actually still employed.
Yes. whatever they're calling it these days, semantics.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks a lot. I've enjoyed it.
A special thank you again to Coach Pascarella for stopping in and participating in the fun. Now, what I need from you guys, can you drop a comment in the comment section for what formation do you think you would play? What style of soccer you'd play with this team? Coach Pascarella gave us a lot to think about. Also, if you have any suggestions for a center back or outside back, maybe someone to grab on loan from the MLS, someone else to target in the USL, drop those in the comments section as well. We are going to be going through this together. Once again, I am one half of Sideline Warning, Ryan Chapman. Follow us on Twitter at SidelineWPod to keep up with all of the hijinks on our journey to simulate and hopefully emulate what is to come from the USL season. Until next time, we'll see you.